Hey, today's another printmaking day, and today I'll be doing the carve of the print that I transferred last week. So if you don't recall, this is the print that I transferred last week. I did an alternative one, but the alternative one didn't do so well, which is the carbon transfer. So instead of using this one, I'm going to be using the acetone transfer ones. And this one, it shows big with more clarity, but there are some parts that are still a bit more smudged. So I'm going to use permanent marker to draw it out to see where I should be carving them out. But after that, I would be sharpening my tools and I will be carving them. I'm done tracing the bark work onto my linoleum, and I'm really excited to carve this one out. And I also just finished polishing my knives, sharpening them with all these materials. Usually that's what people do before they start, so that they have nice clean lines that they can carve out on the linoleum. So I also have sharpened a few knives. There are a few knives that I usually use, like this one, the V, the smallest V that I have, and also the flat ones that cover a bigger area, and also to smoothen out any areas that we wanted to carve. So when we have uninked areas, this tool is great to carve out those uninked areas. Yeah, so let's do it, and I'm just gonna demonstrate to you what I'm gonna be doing. So usually for the V-shaped knives, which is the smallest knife that I'm using right now, they are used for really fine lines or even doing the contours and outlines of each piece that I want to do. And then when it comes to the thicker ones that you see in the next few minutes or seconds, you see that those bigger, thicker ones, they are actually great for scraping when it comes to bigger pieces, say bigger areas that are supposed to be carved away. So those are very effective in doing that. A lot might wonder that printmaking is about carving, but the other side of printmaking is actually rolling and making sure that the ink is consistent and we can roll the ink well onto the art. And as you can see, after you roll the ink, you're supposed to have this very small little shimmering on the roller or on the brayer. And this sort of indicates that it is actually a good amount of ink that you can put on your piece. Rolling a layer of ink is an art on its own, and even sometimes I still screw it up, but I try my best in every piece that I make. moving on to transferring the ink onto a paper, I always use this press because this press gives very good consistent pressure throughout the whole entire piece. And when you see it later, it actually inks out really nicely the whole entire piece that I wanted to. There are a lot of different kinds of presses that I use. It's either I use a spoon or I use a sort of like a flat barren. But most of the time, because my pieces are kind of small, I do it on this press. So there you have it, the final piece that comes out to be like that, which is really beautiful. I wanted to make it a little bit more negative, and also the black paper is a creative decision. Don't usually need to use a black paper, usually I use white or slightly tinted to be yellow to make it a bit more retro. But otherwise, this is what I wanted, which is more negative version of it. I think the black paper may not come out as good as I thought it would be. Perhaps in the future, what I'll be doing is that I'll make it on a white paper and I'll do it on a black piece, a black ink. And I think the negative will pop up a lot better. But otherwise, I think the mint green is really quite different, very distinct, very eccentric, I would say. Something that's not the usual color that I always do. And with that, I think that's all for the printing process of how I do how I carve, how I print, how I transfer. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's session and I hope that you like carving with me. I'll see you another time. Take care.